It's today, and you know what that means? It's your day to lift off and take on the world. You got this. I know you do. And join me. I'm your host, Jeanniey Walden. We're going to uncover secrets to success in business and in life, and we're going to have a whole lot of fun. So let's kick it off. We all know reality TV shows are fun distractions from a busy work week, but sometimes they carry a lesson to share. And the Golden Bachelor reminded us all that life can be even more exciting and romantic in your 50s and beyond. Susan Noles became one of the beloved fan faves of the Golden Bachelor. I know she was mine, and even became the Golden Wedding officiant. Susan, I'm so excited that you came on Liftoff to talk with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. I got to ask, I've been wondering since I saw it, did you ever expect your journey to lead to this?
No, not at all. Not at all. It was such a long time ago that my girlfriend called and said, "You have to fill out this application. They're having a bachelor for old people." So I did, and then the pandemic hit. I never heard. It wasn't until last March, almost a year now, that they contacted me and said they shut down production because of the pandemic. So, and then it took off from there. What an experience.
I can't even imagine how much fun you had and everything that happened behind the scenes. But for all our viewers, I'm sure they're wondering, what did this show mean to you? And what does it say about those of us looking for love just beyond our 20s and 30s?
What it meant to me is what I hope it means to everybody out there. We're not done yet. At 60 years old, I'm 66, actually tomorrow, 67. And there's still a life out there for us. We're not forgotten about. It's never too late to make friends. It's never too late to fall in love. There's so much more life yet.
I know, and it's so weird. As we age, we just seem to feel younger and younger these days and so much more vibrant, right?
Right? We don't care as much as we used to about the outside thing because we have wisdom and we have knowledge and we have experience. So you
Yeah.
are who you are. You got to be in love with yourself at this stage of the game, if you will, and just live, enjoy every moment.
Yeah, I think you nailed it right there by saying that. And it's true. As you get older, you get that confidence that you don't always have when you're younger. And then you can just do everything that you've ever dreamed of doing. And I think for people like you inspire so many other women, even women that are younger, l- setting the stage for what could be and what they should do and how to be fearless. How does it feel to know that you've had such a big impact, such a positive impact on so many people's lives?
It's just so amazing. Everywhere I go, young people, men watch the show. And the emails and the DMs that I get about people sharing their story. So if nothing else, it's opening them up and making them realize, hey, it's not over yet. It's so rewarding. I just feel blessed that I was able to share that with the world.
I think it's so great, and you're just such a great figure and inspiration for everybody. Like I said before, if you could wake up one day and look back on this and know that just one thing came out of this experience, what would you think that one thing is that you were trying to, just make happen? Is it confirming your self-worth? Is it showing people out there that there's something else? Or was this really just an exploration journey for you and you weren't sure where it was going to go, but it sounded like fun?
Well, I had no idea where it was going to go, but it absolutely was. Like I said to many times, I've quoted, I used to believe I was a woman that needed a man. And after this experience, I am happy with me. I'm good people. I love women. I love everybody, and now I know that I'm a woman that a man needs. And I'm okay. I'm okay by myself. I'm not going to go on 100 dating sites anymore. I've tried it all, but I am very comfortable in my own skin. And if I could make somebody happy and feel better about themselves out there, that's enough for me.
It's brilliant. You are a woman that a man needs. And I hope every single woman watching this show writes that down and says it to somebody at least 2 times today. Susan, thank
Say
you
it in
so much.
at least say it in the mirror at night. Believe it
Abs-
yourself. Once you believe
Absolutely.
it, then it happens.
Susan, thank you so much for being on Liftoff. This was such an uplifting conversation. I really appreciated talking to you. And I'm going to be saying this tonight. And actually, I'm going to go tell my husband too, just to remind him.
That's right. Thanks for having me.
It just keeps getting better, doesn't it? That was another amazing conversation. And now it is time for some food. I'm starving. I know you are. Chef George is coming up next, so stay tuned. No laughing on the set, everybody, because we're back with our next guest. She is award-winning recording artist, Grammys board governor, and founder of Ramped.org, Lachi.
Hey there. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. And I'm being very careful with what I say so you don't hit me. We have such a great conversation to talk about, but let me just talk about Ramped for a second in case our viewers don't know what it is.
Yes.
Ramped is a global network of music creators and professionals with disabilities.
Yes.
And Lachi, in your recent TEDx, you share how you promote identity, pride through music.
Yes.
And I love that.
Yeah. Well, listen, at the end of the day, I believe that the best way for us to really uplift different cultures is through music. It's the easiest and most efficient way. So we learned about Black culture through hip hop, rural culture through country. And so I want to spread the message of disability culture through music as well. And that's what we're doing at Ramped.
Okay, so I have to ask, what's your favorite song?
What's my favorite song? Well, I had the honor of taking one of my glam canes down to the Barbie premiere.
Nice.
And so pretty much the entire Barbie soundtrack has been in my head. And I also got to meet Billie Eilish at the Grammys red carpet. So I think we know our answer here.
See, if we're going to talk Barbie, then it's got to be between the Lizzo song and the Dua Lipa song. I don't know. But the Lizzo song while the movie's playing is just...
Sometimes I do feel very pink. So... then that song's a bop for me.
But today you're a little purple.
Today I'm very purple. Yes, we're doing the whole purple thing. I mean, every time I go out, I got to look good and I got to have my cane to match because just because I'm blind doesn't mean I can't be fashionable.
Well, absolutely. And you look amazing. Let's talk about your organization again.
Oh, yeah.
Because we kind of got it. Right. So your organization, Ramped, has become the platform for disability and neurodivergent representation in the music industry. How was this organization founded? How's it evolved? Like, you've come so far.
Yeah. Well, you know, as a recording artist and, you know, touring professional, coming up in the music industry, it was very difficult for me to advocate for myself because disability is just not something people thought about or was part of their lived experience. And I can't really blame people for that, right? Mm-hmm. And so I would be tripping over wires in the studio or missing a handshake at a dark club at night. And I was like, something needs to change. And I went to Google and I Googled disability and music and nothing came up. So I decided something needs to come up. And I went straight to the Recording Academy and said, what are you guys doing for accessibility and disability? And they were like, so I was like, all right, I want to partner with you folks and really start making things happen. And that was really the beginning of this sort of journey toward Ramped. I started wanting to join different music industry boards so that I could be in leadership. And instead of being outside and kind of picketing at the gate, I wanted to just be in the rooms at the table, looking at people eye to eye and saying, here are some of the changes that myself and my community would love to make in the music industry. And people started listening and getting excited about what we were doing. And that is how we were able to really make such a powerful movement in just 2 years.
Wow. Good for you. And you are crushing it right now. You're the New York chapter governor and DE&I ambassador for the Recording Academy.
Yes.
Like, wow.
Well, you know what? If people say if there's one word to describe me, it's energy. If I care about it, if I'm passionate about it, I will go 158% and sometimes 159 because this message is so new and deserves it. And I'm here for it.
Well, after this conversation, it's going to be at least 160. At least. We're pushing you further than you've even pushed yourself because you deserve it. And we want so much for everything you're doing to just help power people in the industry itself, and just bring awareness to everything that you're doing. This is so great. Thank you so much for being on Liftoff.
Thank you so much for having me. And you know what? Thank you so much for giving me space and amplifying my voice.
Absolutely. You gonna sing something for us?
I don't sing unless I get a check. But for you, no.
Darn it. All right. How about this? Check.
Thank you.
That was Lachi, everybody. We're so excited she did that. Thank you. I'm indebted to you forever. Stay tuned. I don't know if it's going to get much better than this, but we're going to see what we can do.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Everybody knows that I love it when Chef George Duran joins us on Liftoff. And I'm so sad that he's not in studio today because I'm starving. But today he's joining us via Zoom and his kitchen at home looks even better. I can still smell everything he is making. Chef George, welcome back to Liftoff. I need to know, what are you cooking for us today?
Absolutely. It's springtime, and for me, it's about using quality ingredients. So today I'm working with Mighty Sesame Tahini, Wonder Juices, including Wonder Lemon, and of course, Duran Gardens fresh herbs and garlic and ginger.
I see you have some great recipes you've created. Tell us all about them. It's the #1 downloaded thing on the show, your recipes. What are you using to make them and how's it work?
Yeah, let's start with Mighty Sesame Tahini. I'm going to get you a little close-up shot of this. And this is my beet salad with the Mighty Sesame Tahini. And what I love about Mighty Sesame is that it's a squeezable bottle. You literally take the bottle and you open the cap, and you can see that you can actually squeeze this directly onto the beet salad as you wish, or you can make a nice dressing like I did over here and pair it with this beet salad. Like I said, it's nutrient-rich sesame paste. Better than peanut butter and mayo. I mean, instead of any of those condiments that you use on burgers, try Mighty Sesame Tahini on those burgers and you're going to get an incredible result. And then right next to it is something I called Wonder Juices. Now, Wonder Juices are amazing because they're actually made with 100% all natural cold pressed juices. They have Wonder Beet, Wonder Melon, and this is Wonder Lemon, and this is my sunrise cocktail. Why is it called sunrise? Well, you can see it kind of looks like a sunrise, a beautiful sunrise. It is delicious, fresh, and absolutely fantastic for you to drink because it has a lot of nutrients, particularly Wonder Beets. I love being able to drink the Wonder Beets. And then we're going to go straight over here to my next one, which is actually my time saver of my life. These are called Duran Gardens herbs and glazed onions and garlic and even things like parsley. So this is how it works, very simply. So you take something like parsley, it's in your freezer aisle in the supermarket, and it lives in your freezer. So at a moment's notice, you can actually open up the package and you'll see these cubes of frozen parsley or garlic or ginger or these glazed onions that I made this crostini with. I even turned it into a beautiful Brussels sprout salad herb. The back of it are these cubes, and all you do is you open up your freezer and you need an herb in a pinch. You just press this out and the herbs come out, or the garlic comes out. 1 clove of garlic comes out of there. It's so useful. It's so natural. And the best thing is that you don't have to wait until springtime to actually wait for those herbs to mature and use them. You can actually use it all year long because it lives right here in your freezer, or in this case, my freezer right over here.
Chef George, always a pleasure. You know you're always welcome at my house to cook anytime. Join us anytime you want on the set for some kind of great recipe featuring some kind of a holiday setup. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Happy spring. Thank you.
You know, I really wish I had a guest that designed a way to reach through the screen and get some of that food, but I don't. So we're all going to have to just stick around and see who comes back in studio after the break. In the meantime, I'm going to grab a snack.
Right here, baby. Look. Uma.
Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
When I smile, people always comment on my teeth. So I know firsthand how important it is to make sure that you have great dental care. And that's why I am so excited to have Dr. Majed Al-Maleki here on Liftoff today. He stands among the world's foremost cosmetic dentists, earning accolades such as Doctor of Excellence from the leading physicians of the world. He's transformed thousands of smiles and has contributed to innovations in the field and advocated for ethical standards and patient care. You are going to love what he's got to say. Dr. Al-Maleki, thank you for being on Liftoff.
Jenny, thank you for having me here. I'm very excited to be on Liftoff with you.
Absolutely. Tell us and all the viewers, what sets Boston Dental, your company, apart from other dentistry practices?
Boston Dental was founded with a vision to be a different dental practice. Our focus is mainly on patients' experience. We wanted patients to come and look forward to going to the dentist. As you and a lot of people know, a lot of people dread going to the dentist. They put it on the back burner. They try to avoid going to the dentist unless they really have to. Focusing on, aside from the dental care itself, the quality of work, patients' experience, and how people feel about the dentist is our focus and our mission.
I love that. Most people don't think about the customer experience piece of any type of physician, doctor, dentist visit, and you've done that. That's so cool.
Thank you. We think dentistry is part of retail as well. It's healthcare and it is retail as well. We just want people to have that kind of experience you have in these luxurious stores, let's say.
I love that. But I have to ask you, when did you know that you wanted to become a dentist? Were you little? Did you have a great dental experience?
Okay, this story goes way back to when probably I was 18. Dentistry was not even on my priority list, and definitely medicine was not. What I wanted to be is an architect. Then, when we had to decide, it's usually family get involved, and it was my parents with myself, and I come from a family of 4 physicians. All my uncles are physicians. It was somewhere in the middle in the negotiation process. We figured I wanted to be an architect. I wanted medicine. So we figured dentistry is somewhere in the middle where you're building beautiful smiles, but it is healthcare.
I love that. That's so cool. That's really interesting. So outside of Boston Dentistry, you also, or Boston Dental, excuse me, you have created this new initiative called Floss Time. And we talked about it before you came on air. You've got to tell everybody about this. Is the coolest concept that I've heard of in a really long time.
We are very excited about Floss Time. Floss Time is an extension of Boston Dental where we bring the dentist to the workplace. We are working with universities as well, so we are servicing students and faculty and so on. So the idea is bringing the dentist to the workplace for 2 factors. The main factor is the convenience. Save you all the trips and the planning and the commuting, going to the dentist. And the other part, which to me is the most important one, is the ease of access to dental care.
So I wonder, do you think that people are more inclined to visit a dental service that's in their business or their company rather than call and make an appointment?
Jenny, let's go through this exercise. Let's suppose you want to go to the dentist, okay? You're here at work. You're going to first look for a dentist. You're going to probably use Google. You're going to make a phone call. You'll look at your calendar. You plan it for 4 or 5 weeks or whenever they have time. After that, you're going to connect with your dental insurance. You're going to see my coverage, am I covered, what co-payment I have, and so on. After that, the day off, something might come up, and then you end up canceling, or you might go. And, as if you put it a priority, you will go to your visit. You're going to have to commute or drive, look for parking, and so on. What we do with us coming to the workplace is eliminate all that. We cancel all the hassle of seeing a dentist. We come with our similar equipment to what we have at our dental office in terms of comfort, and we have our x-ray machines, and we have our staff that works at our offices will come and provide very identical service and experience to what people experience at Boston Dental.
So you've got great care, great health for your teeth, convenience, and the customer experience that you put on top of it. How much better could it get?
I don't think you can do any better.
Well, that was fascinating. Thank you so much for being on Liftoff.
Again, thank you very much for having me here. I'm very happy, and hopefully one day we can come and service your crew.
That sounds great. You heard it. He's coming back to service the crew. But for everybody else that's not in the crew, stay with us because we'll be right back.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Desiree and Joseph Burgos of Burgos Realty Company are multi-state independent real estate brokerage owners as well as parents of 2 kids. One of them being our very own Amaya. She's been on the show. She's always behind the scenes. She runs our social, so she's pretty special to us. I'm so excited to have both of you on the show today. Thank you so much for coming in studio.
We're thrilled to be here, honored to be a part of your show.
Absolutely. And, you know, I don't know if Maya tells you this, but I tell the story of the first time you and I met at Robin's house when Amaya and everybody else were having a play date. So we're not going to tell that story today. We're going to talk business. Because Maya doesn't like it when I tell that story.
Oh, this might be our opportunity.
This could be our opportunity. What else should we do with our children today? This could be good. This could be good. All right, well, let's talk about business a little bit. It's so cool. You both have a business together, and it's so amazing everything that you're doing. Tell everybody who's watching, how did you decide to start Burgos Realty?
Wow. I would say I've been in business for 25 years. So a couple of years ago when we just decided, you know what, we don't need to buy a franchise. We don't need to buy a big brokerage. One just, we could do it on our own. We had a skill level of Desiree, who came from that corporate background. And we also had a wonderful daughter who does all our social media and have done a fantastic job. So now, we could really kind of, compete with everybody in the market.
So it's really more than just a husband and wife business. It's a whole family business.
The whole entire family.
Absolutely. Nobody gets off the hook here.
Well, you know what? My business is the same way. So I know exactly what you mean. So what do you think sets you apart from everybody else in the industry that's in real estate right now?
So I think it's because we lean in from a place of providing value. We're wealth builders and we want to help people build wealth in real estate. So really from the landscape of leveraging real estate for our real estate agents and for our clients. So teaching them, educating them on how to leverage real estate so that they can expand and enhance their empire, their legacies.
I love it. I love it. There's a term for it where you're making money through asset creation and asset accumulation, and especially investing in a home is probably one of the best ways to create wealth, right?
Yeah, and through commercial and residential real estate. And so we give them all the plays. So
that's very cool. That's very cool. But having my own TV show and being an entrepreneur, just like you two are, I know there's ups and downs, and there's always that challenge of balancing entrepreneurship with raising 2 kids. And I feel like I've grown up with Amaya, but you've got your hands full with that 16-year age gap and the little guy at home.
Yes.
Oh, do we? We had to just take that day by day, though.
But I tell you one thing, what we try to do is try to plan everything. So hopefully we don't forget them at school. That's like my biggest nightmare. Is like I'm on an appointment, everything is going good, and I get a call like, you forgot to pick up Andrew. But,
all those half days.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, seriously, for everybody that's watching, tell us, does Andrew really run the company? Because that's what I think. I think
he definitely tries to. He tries his best to make sure. We call him our chief of staff. So that.
So I love that it's such a family-focused business, and that you're just not focused on the business, but your involvement in volunteerism, you serve as president and VP on 2 boards. How does this help your personal growth and your career growth at the same time?
So I am lucky to be on two boards that are definitely empower me to do other things. And so they help me to see how people make personal and business decisions from different cultural and personal beliefs and landscapes and things like that. And so I learn from that, and then I'm able to pull that into our business, and it helps to stretch my leadership abilities across the board.
It's so smart because then you're networking, you're understanding how to diversify what you're learning and putting it right back into the business, and it just continues to create success.
Yeah.
So much so that you wrote this book.
Yes, my book.
So give us a sneak peek into the book today and talk about your entrepreneurial journey that you captured here for all of us to follow.
Yeah, so there's lots that I want to share about my book, but it's called Hey Future Real Estate Agent, Your Strategic Guide into the Business and Beyond. And that's literally the subtitle. And it speaks to exactly what it is and what it does. And so I wrote that for a bunch of reasons based on the calls that we get in our office every day for agents who are looking for mentorship and things like that. But in the book, we talk about some basic things like time management and how to set strategic goals. But then we get into things that agents really want to know, or prospective agents really want to know, like, how do I get licensed? So we demystify that process in addition to really giving them the real of what's happening in the business versus what they're seeing on TV. So we
you
do
mean
that.
it's not all the same?
Well, you know. And then one of my favorite things to talk about in regards to the book is it was more than a passion project. It was a legacy project for me, and because I was able to include my entire family. So my son, who is 9, he really, really got into the illustration process. So he's my co-illustrator. Yes, and my daughter, who you've met, Amaya, we tapped into her marketing expertise. She owns a marketing firm, a social media marketing firm, so we tapped into her expertise, and she is my editor. And my husband, we tapped into his over 26 years of experience in real estate, and he wrote the foreword. So it's really exciting. We had some success from it. We hit #1 bestseller in the first week, and we're in several categories. And I'm just in awe of what happened there.
Impressive. That's so incredible. And congratulations on all your success. And I
Thank
know
you.
it's just getting started. I mean,
Oh,
this
no.
is- right? Yeah. All right, last question. With all this going on, how do you stay sane? How do you manage it all?
Laughing a lot.
Yeah, we laugh a lot.
You know, there's a book, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, something like that.
yeah.
So we try.
Yeah,
We try our best.
Well, good for you. Well, you know, I see you all on social all the time when we can't see each other in person, and you are always somewhere amazing, doing something fabulous and looking incredible. So congratulations to you both, and
Thank you.
thank you for coming on and inspiring so many people.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
It's a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, that's it, everybody. It's another powerful, inspirational, and uplifting episode of Liftoff, and we ended it in such a perfect way. You got to get this book if you haven't yet. Be sure to follow us on social for more great inspiration and tips and behind the scenes. So see you next time.